Charles Grant is one of the few people who can say his job of 32 years is a walk in the park and truly mean it.
When I first started here in 1988, I was the young 22-year-old, and the elder statesman basically called me the kid, and now in 2020, I am the elder statesman.
Although now a father himself, he's still young at heart when it comes to making sure the playground is safe for kids in the community.
I like kids to be happy. I like to see them play. They'll get a kick out of me being so tall.
While this gentle giant still runs into park regulars, because of COVID restrictions, he doesn't see kids around the playground these days. Instead, he spends much of his time making it clear to visitors the equipment is off limits. With gyms and other gathering places closed, he takes his role seriously when it comes to keeping the park clean and safe for Torrance residents to recreate. There are 34 parks in the city of Torrance, and Charles oversees 5 of them. He believes each one is an extension of his own backyard.
We'll get here at 6 a.m. in the morning. We'll go and start with the bathrooms, start with debris, check our play equipment, make sure it's safe, make sure there's no hazards, which is very important, like glass or broken trees or broken branches or something down that the public can get injured on.
The work that Charles does and all of our park services folks do, from my eyes, I think they're heroes. Most of the work they do is so quiet and so understated and so important to the community. Millions of people come to the parks every year, and it is these few guys and gals, only about 30 to 40 people who manage 34 parks and all of the amenities, all of the playgrounds, hundreds of trash cans, 200 plus acres of grass, every edge that you see cleaned, every surface you see cleaned, every bathroom you see cleaned, really all the pest control that is done, all the trees, over 4,000 trees that are taken care of.
And because of COVID, Grant and his team have doubled down on the cleaning.
It has really changed the way we do business. We spend a lot of time with cleaning surfaces, making sure the bathrooms are clean at least once, but sometimes twice a day. And also the drinking fountains. Any place that there's touch points, we focus on those points and make sure they're clean.
Occasionally, Grant is required to go beyond his job description. He recently spotted a man in the park down and went to his aid.
Charles was able to get through the fence and be able to pick the man up, get him upright, and get him connected with his family who was in the house. Also got him into the car so that they could immediately take him to the hospital. Charles probably saved this guy's life.
But to Grant, it's all part of a day's work.
If you enjoy it and you make it enjoyable, it's a wonderful job. Any job can be, wonderful, but you have to enjoy it. You have to really put yourself into it.
Grant's backyard may be a little bigger than most people's. His Labor Day wish is that others will see the parks as their backyard too. For Torrance Citi Cable, Colleen Farrell.
Hi, I'm Christine with Torrance Citi Cable, and today I want to introduce you to one of the newest stores here at the Del Amo Fashion Center called Mercy's Cakes and Cups.
This is my mom's business, and we're so proud of her for finally opening her storefront. She talked about it for so long.
For decades, Mercedes Bumpus worked her way up the corporate ladder while searching for her true calling.
I knew I wanted to be in some sort of food service. So I started as a hostess, worked my way up to server and trainer, and did store openings, and then got into the management piece of it until I was general manager, and then in those years decided I still loved it, but it wasn't my passion.
She says she finally discovered her passion in her late 30s.
It just all started with love. I was always in the kitchen. As time went on, I saw myself every holiday and every celebration for the kids. I was the one making the recipes, and so after family and friends seeing what the products were, they were like, hey, we think you're onto something here.
For the past 3 years, the self-taught baker sold her sweets at farmers markets and provided catering for special events.
She just did my wedding last year too.
Did she give you a discount?
Of course. Daughter discount.
It took years for Mercedes to save up enough money to open her first store, but unfortunately, the coronavirus pandemic came right after her grand opening.
We had opened initially in mid-March. a few days before quarantine. So it went from an extreme high to an extreme low in a very short amount of time.
During the difficult days, Mercedes says her faith keeps her going.
Ever since I was a teenager, I found the scripture Philippians 4:13, which is I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And that's literally what I've lived by my entire life. And so now in this time, which, makes me a little emotional, but in this time it's really true. You have to be faithful and know that this is your path and this is where, you're supposed to be. So even on those happy days, it's like, okay, good, let's keep going, let's keep mixing. And on those low days, it's, just get on your knees and pray and just know that, you'll make it through no matter what.
And in light of George Floyd's death and the protests that ensued,
George Floyd! George Floyd!
Mercedes says she's thankful to be living during this unique time in history.
Everything happens for a reason, and being in this unspeakable era of Corona and of Black Lives Matter that's happening now, I'm definitely proud to have lived through it. Although it is difficult, I'm able to have those conversations with my children, and they'll be able to in turn have those conversations with theirs. So it's pretty amazing to live through it too, when you can take a step back and say, like, wow, I was a part of that, or I lived through that.
Mercedes' 4 kids have been with her throughout this entire journey.
It's really exciting because then it inspires you to also try to pursue your dreams and do something like that.
It's showing us to aspire for more and not to just settle for working for other people or doing things that don't make us happy.
And her parents always encouraged her to dream big.
They're very supportive. They're both entrepreneurs. My mom was a chef. My dad was an engineer. They've always had their own business. So the fact that I was going to follow in that footstep, was very exciting for them.
So while these past few months have been a challenge, she's hopeful that things will look up from here and she can continue being a role model for her kids.
I just hope to teach them to be happy. I do talk to them about that a lot. Of course you're gonna stumble and fall. It's trial and error. But ultimately find your happiness and you'll win.
I got a cookie crumb cupcake for my husband and a strawberry shortcake cupcake for myself. You can also pick up a cupcake too. Her shop is located on the 2nd floor of the outside portion of the Del Amo Fashion Center, right across from Urban Outfitters. Well, I'm back out here at Mercy's Cakes and Cups with Mercedes, and since we filmed that story, so much more has happened. Tell me about that.
Yes, definitely. So we had another mandate to close down the malls, the indoor portion, and so luckily for us, we're on the outdoors, so we didn't have to close, although we've closed twice before for the pandemic, so that was somewhat of a relief. However, it still has lessened the foot traffic because, being in this huge mall and everyone knows that it's typically closed, then that, lessens the desire to come over. So we've definitely seen a drop, since the last mandate of closing down.
Are you trying to do anything different to promote your business?
Oh, definitely. We're very active on social media. We have our Facebook, we have our Instagram, where we're, just trying to keep our, products visible. The mall has also given us an outdoor market for the weekend, so that's been really great. So we're able to put up a booth, outside our colorful booth and have all of our products and just reach, new guests that way.
How are you staying motivated? Because it seems like just as soon as you opened and until now, you're just going through one obstacle after another.
It's very difficult, it's very difficult, because at this time it just seems like, there's no end. Initially you just feel like, okay, there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and now it seems like that light is, kind of dimming. So it can be hard to be motivated, but again, just, believing in my faith and that this is my path and where I'm supposed to be. That's, what's keeping me going.
Is there anything you want to leave our viewers with?
Just, stay faithful. Again, just know that, this is happening for a reason, and eat cake.
Well, thank you so much, Mercedes, for taking a few minutes to chat with me again.
Definitely.
And thank you at home for watching. We'll see you again soon. Hi there, I'm Christine with Torrance Citi Cable, and today I'm out here with Curtis and Dominic. We're talking about the reality of working out right now during COVID-19. And Curtis, Dominic, a lot has changed for your gym and Results Fitness.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, we've been closed basically since March because of the coronavirus. We train people that have a lot of different types of chronic diseases, and since we've been closed, we've been trying to figure out ways to still service them.
Yeah, I mean, you had to stay closed for months, and that should have taken a huge hit on your business.
One thing that we do know is our industry is needed. It's something that people, should be able to come into. Since they can't, we've started Zoom training, virtual training, and when people can get back in, we'll be able to do both. I look at the blessings in everything. So I see all the people that we get to service now, nationwide, worldwide, that are going through debilitating diseases, cancer treatments and all of that. We've been doing this for 18, 19 years now. So now we're able to reach the world.
Wow.
Yeah.
So in a weird way, has this given you new opportunities in terms of getting clients from outside of the South Bay area?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, we're able to reach worldwide now. So we'll be able to go back in, live sessions when we're able to do live in the studio, and we'll do stuff here at the park as we can, and we'll do Zoom trainings and virtual trainings forever. This isn't new to us. We always have dealt with change, and we've always dealt with the people that have the chronic issues.
Why is it that you guys have this affinity towards helping people who are unwell? Like you said, I know, Curtis, you have a personal story that really, speaks to why you're doing what you're doing.
Right, yeah. So my father succumbed to complications of prostate cancer, and then I've had a lot of different family members. My mother, a sister-in-law have all battled cancer. My family has diabetes, and that's kind of dear to my heart. And so when we first started in Results, I told Dom, I said, Dom, there's a whole population out there that's not being serviced, and it's going to be up to us to make sure that we make them healthy.
One last thing that you want to leave us with.
Take care of your health.
Yeah.
Exercise, eat right, drink plenty of water, get plenty of sleep, figure out how to reduce your stress, and be happy and be kind.
And take care of you first. Too many people take care of others all the time and forget to focus on themselves. So that's what's going to raise your happiness and your vibration of who you are.
Well, thank you so much, Curtis and Dominic, for showing me what you're doing during this pandemic and helping so many people. And thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you again next time. Hi there, I'm Christine with Torrance Citi Cable, and today we are hanging out at Sea Air Golf Course.
How can you beat this? You're right in the middle of Torrance. It's a beautiful ocean breeze. You can play 9 holes in maybe half an hour, 45 minutes, and get an introduction to golf. And it's cheap.
Kurt Michael and his son Tyler have been playing here for years.
I like the first shot, but sometimes you don't hit it right.
What do you mean?
When I was playing hole 4, I hit it bad, and I hit it past the trees all the way on to hole 5.
The pitch and putt course sits on 6 acres of land, with the longest hole being just 84 yards.
It's kind of cool. Sometimes you have 3 generations in one family playing, which you can't really do on a big course, because you can have a small child play with his dad and grandpa.
Larry Johnson says he's worked here for 42 years, but this is the first time he's having to implement certain changes to keep visitors safe during COVID-19.
Since the county let us reopen, we've had to go with their procedures. When they get to the counter, they need to fill out a waiver, which is required, and in that waiver is also to have everybody's names of the people that played that day, so we can do COVID tracing if needed. The players have to stick to only a foursome, no fivesomes allowed. The putting green is closed. You're not allowed to touch the flag sticks, and so we have little foam at the bottom of the cup, so each player picks the ball up themselves out of there. We do rent clubs up here, so after they're done using those, we spray those down.
Despite the new rules and regulations, Johnson says a record number of golfers, including many new ones, are showing up.
It's been super busy up here all summer. A lot of the kids can't do their soccer camps and baseball camps, so it's either the beach or Sierra, it seems like.
The The Women's League and the Seniors League are both on hiatus during this pandemic, but Seniors League member Gary Matsky invites me to a friendly competition.
I try to come here at least several times a week because I'm not out playing big courses, because my regular partners for the big courses are sort of staying inside with their wife and not going anyplace, so this is all I got.
Gary says he's grateful to still have this option to play outside and isn't worried about the coronavirus while he's here.
A little mask and a lot of fresh air and sun, and I think that's more important to me.
Meanwhile, the Michaels say despite some discomfort, they are learning to adjust to golfing under the new circumstances.
I hate wearing masks. To tell you the truth, it doesn't bother him, but I hate wearing it, especially since I have a beard. That doesn't help. But it is what it is, you know. We all got to do our part, right?
This one isn't itchy, and I like it when it's not itchy, but sometimes when you just start wearing it, you start to focus on the golf game and not really that it's itchy.
The Sea Air Golf Course is open 7 days a week and only closed on Christmas Day. I'm Christine Lee for Torrance Citi Cable.